For the optimistic cynic, shit. Ho got a hell of a grip. It's never a problem till niggas is ballin' and bitches they all.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy J-Rod back at it again with another video, and as you guys know, every year I make a bracket. Last year wasn't doing so well. This year it's gonna be a little different. So without further ado, let's get into these predictions. Jordan, number one. Let's just change this to the J-Rod 447 one, and I'm gonna make like 10 brackets this year. All right. Okay. See, we have the Villanova versus I believe this is Mount St. Mary's or New Orleans. So basically, I don't think that Villanova is gonna get upset at all. They're a good team. They know how to shoot, rebound. No way they're gonna lose this one. Easy win for them. Not even gonna even question that. Now this is a matchup I'm really pondering who to pick. Now you guys know that Wisconsin lost today, or whenever you're watching this video, they lost to Michigan in the championship, so they're not doing so hot right now. Virginia Tech, they're not a great team either. Their biggest win was against, I believe, Virginia, and that's a team that doesn't really score that much, but Wisconsin does play a slower paced game, and Virginia Tech does play a better game when it comes to BPI. It's very lopsided right now, but I feel as though Virginia Tech is going to find a way to win this one. I'm sorry, Bronson Koenig. That season going to come to an end. And as for UVA versus UNC Wilmington, well, considering that I go to UNC Wilmington, I just got to go with my school. I got to go with my school, man. And as for Florida versus Eastern Tennessee State, now this might be an upset. Like, a lot of you guys might not be thinking that, but like this right here might be an upset. Eastern Tennessee, they know how to put that ball in the bucket. They can do it, all right? They can get an upset. So I definitely think they might be able to get an upset, but I'm still picking Florida. Florida has a good chance of winning that game. And this one is funny because Providence and USC played in the playing game last year. Now they're doing it again. So that's just weird to me. But SMU's having a really good season. They won today, and I believe they're going to move on to the next round after they beat Providence or USC. Baylor versus New Mexico State. Baylor, they are not immune to getting upset. They got upset last year, and I think it can happen. It's going to happen. Baylor is going to get upset by New Mexico State. If you guys don't know who New Mexico State is, they're a team that has so many wins this year. They have a good amount of wins. Excuse me. They're a pretty good team. 23 wins. Actually, I thought they were better than that. I'm changing that now. New Mexico State, I'm sorry. You're not going to win. I'm sorry. But Marquette's going to win easily. Duke's going to win easily. Now let's move on to the Midwest. Kansas wins. I'm not even even going to count that. But they're playing against North Carolina Central. They're a pretty okay team. I think there's a dude on their team called Pablo Rivas. He's a very efficient scorer. If you look at his stats, he's a very efficient scorer. Now, as for this game, Miami versus Michigan State, I believe Michigan State, looking at their coursework of what they've done, I said to myself, Michigan State should not be in there. But looking at their record right now, I'm wrong. I mean, their BPI is a 4. Whoa, it says 29-5. I don't know if that's right. Michigan State is not 29-5. They are not. Yeah, they're not 29-5. Somebody messed up on that one. Their BPI is not that high, but I'm still picking Miami. As for Iowa State and Nevada, Monte Morris, he's good. Naslong, he's good. But Nevada, they came back from 15 with a minute left. So this team, they don't lay down for nobody. And I think Nevada can get that W. As for this one, Purdue, Caleb Swanigan, too good. He's going to pound them damn boards, all right? Not going to pick against them. And as for Creighton and URI, now Creighton, they did lose their best guard. I believe it was because of an injury, and he got a lot of assists, I believe. Now he's in a rape case. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, URI, they had a good game. And I believe they're going to move on after they beat Creighton. As for this one, Oregon and Iona, Oregon's going to win. Michigan, they're on a roll, and they're going to win that one. Now as for Louisville, they're going to win as well. So this is going to get interesting as we move down to these brackets over here, these regions. You guys see we got Gonzaga wins. He's like not even gonna doubt that. Now Northwestern and Vanderbilt. This is very interesting to me because Northwestern, this is their first time ever in a tournament, so they're gonna have jitters. But I believe everybody backing them is gonna help them win. So it's been a good year for Chicago. All right, you know, you won the World Series. Now Northwestern might just win. Okay, so you guys see right here, Notre Dame versus Princeton. I believe Notre Dame can win, although this might be a little upset right here. This might be one of those games. Bucknell versus West Virginia. That might look like one of those upset games, but in my head, I'm thinking, nah, West Virginia, they got this one in the bag. As for Xavier and Maryland, they've been playing pretty well. I think I'm going to have to go with Maryland. And as for this one, this game right here is in Florida, and both teams are from Florida. And it's just funny to me because FGCU, you know, they had the little Dunk City thing. You know, they used to upset teams back in those days, if you remember, with Sherwood Brown, Chase Feeler. And now they're going up against a team that is very upsettable, if that even is a word. All right, because Florida State, they're prone to choking. Okay, they choke sometimes. And you know what? They're gonna choke again. They're gonna choke again. I'm gonna make a different. I told you I'm making multiple brackets, so I'm obviously gonna pick Florida State to win in a different one. But for this bracket, I'm gonna say Florida Gulf Coast is gonna win. St. Mary's, VCU, St. Mary's. I believe they're gonna win. I might change that because VCU is a good team. Like, don't get it twisted. VCU is a good team, and St. Mary's, they're not doing so hot. That last game, they got blown out. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to bounce back like they did. So I'm actually gonna pick VCU. And as for Arizona, Arizona's going to win. And as for this South region, UNC wins. Arkansas, Seton Hall's going to win. Arkansas, they came off of a loss. Seton Hall, they came off a loss. But Seton Hall's loss was very, very impressive because they lost to a very good Villanova team. Angel Delgado almost got that bucket to go. They also have Miles Powell, Desi Rodriguez. They're a pretty damn good team. I do know that Arkansas, they have a pretty good team as well, but they got shitted on by Kentucky today, so I don't think they're going to have that good of momentum going into their game. As for Minnesota, Mid-Tennessee State, this is an upset game as well because Mid-Tennessee State, you know what they did last year? Giddy Potts helped those Blue Raiders to beat the Michigan State Spartans last year, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it this year, so I'm going to pick Minnesota to move on. As for Butler Winthrop, Butler's going to win that. Cincinnati's gonna win that. Well, who are they playing? Wake Forest, Kansas? Nah, fuck that. They're not gonna lose that. UCLA, there's no way they're winning. They're losing to Kent State. Excuse me. Now this one, I'm not really sure about this matchup because you know I'm not that fond of Dayton's team this year. I'm kind of more fond of Wichita State's team. So if I really had to pick one, I gotta look like they're a pretty good match team if you look at everything. You know, their Dayton's RPI ranking is pretty good, but they didn't do shit against the top 25. Wichita State has done something, so I'm gonna pick Wichita State. Shockers, you know, they always do pretty good in the tournament, so I'm picking them. And as for Kentucky, Kentucky wins. So let's go all the way back up. I know you guys want to see that. Now we move on to the round of 32. Villanova's winning that one. UNC Wilmington, I love my school, but Florida, I can't see it. I can't. My team would have to shoot a good amount to win this game. We would have to shoot a good amount, and we have to shoot really well. Because I know when my team shoots well, that's when they win games. But if that three ball is not falling, then they're not going to win. So I'm going to have to say Florida. And plus, UNC Wilmington is very undersized. So as we go on to this matchup, SMU versus Baylor, I'm going to say Baylor wins. All right, they get out of their little jitters, and they go ahead and win. Marquette and Duke, whew, I'm going to pick Duke. All right, Duke is doing really well. They're on a hot streak right now. So I'm going to pick Duke to win. As for Kansas and Miami, Kansas is going to win. Frank Mason. I mean, they're a little with the Josh Jackson thing going on. Something might happen, but you know, they're a good team. And a Cinderella team might be as I was saying, I might pick Nevada as my Cinderella team. Let me look at the tail of the tape right here. You know, Nevada, I can't do it. Now I'm looking at, I don't know if I can do it. Purdue, they're going to win. As for this one, Oregon's going to win that easily. And Michigan's gonna win. I'm telling you why Michigan's gonna win. They're on a hot streak. You know, Rick Pitino, I'm not gonna say he's struggling to get his team together, but you know, I don't think this is their year. This is not their year. Okay. So let's move on down. I don't really root for Michigan, but I'm saying that Michigan's gonna beat Louisville. If they see Louisville, they're gonna beat them. And I'll probably eat my words if it doesn't happen. But as we move on to this one, you got Gonzaga. Gonzaga's gonna win that one. Notre Dame versus West Virginia. This is a good matchup, but that press will definitely work against Notre Dame. Or I think it's gonna work. I hope it works. Damn. As for Maryland versus FGCU, FGCU would probably love that matchup against Maryland. And I believe FGCU could shock people once again, man. I believe they could do it again. And as for this matchup, Arizona's going to win. UNC versus Seton Hall. UNC, they're another team that is very prone to being upset, all right? They're very prone. But I don't think that's going to happen against Seton Hall. They're going to get their shit together, hopefully, because I like UNC as well. So hopefully they can get their shit together. As for Minnesota and Butler, I'm going to pick Butler. Butler's a damn good team. All right. Kalon Martin, he's really good. He knows how to put that ball in that bucket, baby. And that's for UCLA versus Cincinnati. Lonzo, Isaac, Bryce. If Bryce Alford can actually play defense and shoot well, then UCLA is going to go far in this tournament. All right. That's what it really depends on. Like, y'all talk about Lonzo. Literally, all the games that UCLA has lost, Bryce Alford has had bad games. I'm not saying it's because of him, but I'm saying he's a big reason. He doesn't play that much defense, and he shoots the ball so damn much. And they're not high percentage shots. So as we move down, Wichita State versus Kentucky. Kentucky wins that one. So we're not going to go back up for this one. We're going to see who moves on. UNC versus Butler. I think that's a dream. I think UNC has a pretty good bracket. It's just these two teams that I think they played these two teams already, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to pick UNC to win. And I think UCLA beat Kentucky already this year. If I'm not mistaken, I might have that messed up. But, Kentucky's on a roll right now. UCLA is not. They have not been good the past few games. So, I wonder how this game is going to end. I might have to go with UCLA, because UCLA can shoot. There's a lot of young guys on Kentucky. That's what scares me. I mean, yes, they got Dominique Hawkins. Yes, they got Briscoe. Yes, they got Derek Willis, but they're not really like leaders. Like, Derek Willis is not a leader because he only stepped into that role last year as a junior. Like, he wasn't there like in the offense freshman year. Michael Mulder, yes, he's a senior, but he's not a leader. He didn't really get involved until this year. So, you know, I can't. But UCLA, they have a good team. They have a good experienced ball club, and I think they can win. Now, UNC versus UCLA, it's gonna. I like both teams. I don't even know who to pick. This is like picking which one of my sons is like better at sports. Like, I don't know what to do. But UNC, they can overpower UCLA inside. TJ Leaf will not be able to stop Kennedy Meeks or Isaiah Hicks. I don't know who's going to guard Justin Jackson. Like, there's going to be some matchup problems for UCLA. Definitely. So if UNC can shoot the ball well, I believe they can win this game. Bryce Alford could try to jack up them dumbass shots all he wants. It's not going to work against UNC. UNC moves on to the Final Four. Yet again, second year in a row. Gonzaga versus West Virginia. Gonzaga, man. I mean, West Virginia, they almost lost to TCU. So let's not like act like that didn't happen, because it can happen. But West Virginia, you know, I picked them to win in other brackets before as like going to Final Fours. And, you know, I hope this is the year for West Virginia, because they've done so much. So I'm picking West Virginia. And as for Arizona, Arizona's moving. Arizona versus West Virginia. Oh my gosh. This is hard. Like, this year's bracket is hard. And I'm going to have to go with Arizona. Arizona's going to move on to the Final Four. And out of these teams, I'm going to say Villanova wins. Villanova's going to have it good. Baylor versus Duke. Duke. And Duke beats Villanova. Yes. Oh my God. I already thought about it. You guys are probably thinking about it now. Kansas versus Purdue. Kansas. Yeah. Kansas. And as for this, I'm saying Michigan. Michigan is going to make it to the Final Four. I'm calling it gutsy. I'm making some gutsy calls in this tournament. This might be my worst bracket. Who knows? It might be the winning bracket. You never know. Okay, because you don't know. All right. But out of these games, did I put? Oh yeah, Michigan versus Kansas. Whew. I said Michigan in the Final Four. I messed up. Michigan in the Elite Eight. Excuse me. But whew, Michigan versus Kansas. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be a good matchup. But Michigan's deeper right now, and that's the only thing I can say. They're deeper. They've been playing it really well. Frank Mason, do I think he could? I don't know. I don't think he can. What I will say is, if Kansas makes it and they play UNC doesn't make it to the championship. If Michigan makes it, then I'm saying that UNC makes it to the chip. And then I'm going to say Duke makes it to the chip. And this, oh my God, Duke versus UNC for the 4th time this season. Can it happen? I'm thinking it might. And this time, I'm going to say my Tar Heels will finally get this right. So I'm picking the Tar Heels to win it all with a score of 72 to 68. That's gonna be a score. I'm sorry if you don't like this bracket. I'm sorry, but yep, this has been another J-Rob video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.